Welcome back to the F Word, where it's preliminary final week, and right next to me here is Marty Pask, former AFL and VFL player, and now AFL play manager. Welcome, Marty.
Thanks, mate. Good to be here.
Beautiful. Now we want to discuss, obviously, the players that you have an interest in with at AFL level as manager. Tell us about Michael Barlow. He's been a revelation at this level, and how's his contract negotiations going for another contract potentially?
Yeah, well, look, I've just agreed this year to 4 more years for Michael at the Fremantle Football Club, so that's fantastic news for him. Great faith and great belief in his ability. Well, he has been a revelation at AFL level. Watched him closely playing for the Werribee Tigers and played with him, knew what he was all about, and it was just trying to get him out in front of VFL clubs and just let them know that what a quality player he's become. And look, Brad Lloyd did a fantastic job in recruiting him, and Mark Harvey's turned him into a pretty valuable player over at Fremantle as well. So look, he settled in fantastically well. No thought of coming back to Melbourne, so long-term deal for him, give him the security over there, look at buying a house, and it's just the one club that believed in him basically and gave him the opportunity that he needed on the rookie list. And look, he pretty much made his mark from round 1 last year, and look, he's been fantastic.
He must be loving it over there. I mean, the fact that he's not looking to come back over. You obviously have regular contact with him. He loves it over there.
Yeah, he does, and I think that's the key thing, that firstly, he has a love of playing football, and I didn't think it mattered where he got his opportunity. And secondly, I mean, he's originally a Shepparton boy, so he had to move to Melbourne for university, so the whole moving and relocating thing's never been an issue for him. So Perth's a great lifestyle, obviously got a bit of sun for him. He comes back with a better tan every week, every time he comes to Melbourne.
Better than the Shepparton sun, isn't it?
Exactly, a lot better. So look, I mean, it's his home and where he'll be for some time.
Yeah, the other one, Brian Lake, obviously that's the big talking point at the moment. Do you think he'll re-sign? What's the feeling at the moment?
Well, he's actually contracted, he's halfway through a 4-year deal, so he's done his 2 years, and last year All-Australian. Obviously this year, unfortunately, couldn't quite get his body right, but he's got 2 more years to go on a 4-year contract.
Yeah, he'll stay, will he? Or at this stage he's going to stay? What's he saying to you, obviously, because he's had a pretty dour season, hasn't he?
Yeah, at the moment it's just about getting his body right and being right for Bulldogs pre-season, and that's where it is, and that's where it ends.
Will we look for offers trade week, Marty?
No. He's a required player. Obviously a new coach has to come in and he has to fit into what the new coach proposes, but he's got a 4-year contract, he's halfway through, and that's the beginning and the end of it.
So he's happy there, you're saying?
Yeah.
Jason Winderlich, how's his contract going?
Yeah, well, we signed a 2-year extension. Okay. So he's got 2 more years to go. Obviously at the football club. He came out of contract this season. Unfortunately, did the knee injury early in the season. But look, I mean, his recovery's going well. He's a real professional kid. He cycles to the footy club now to get the strength back. He walks to training. He's doing everything he can to get right and try and sneak in, early days or early part of next season as well. But look, he's been particularly well disciplined in his recovery and his rehab, and look, he's been rewarded with 2 more years, which is incredible faith in him to get his body right and continue to play good football for Essendon. Jordan Russell, he's been playing a lot of reserves football in the VFL. How's his football career looking at this stage? Yeah, look, I mean, there's some talk he'll come back in this week for the second final, which would be awesome. He's going to be particularly well suited to a ground like over at Subi, where he can run off at half back. But look, unfortunately for Jordan, he had a bit of a hip surgery, which delayed his pre-season a little bit. He started a little bit later than the rest of the group, and look, he still had some pretty good moments this year. There's no doubt about it. He played his 100th game against St Kilda, shut down Stevie Milne after Milne got off the chain early, and then brought him in. And look, he's a quality player. Finished runner-up in the best and fairest last year, another top 5 the other week. So look, he's been a pretty important player for them for quite some time, and look, he's still got another year to run in his contract. You must be loving Dyson Heppell's first year, Marty, and to have him in your stable, fantastic. Oh, it's great. I mean, last year Mickey Barlow brought me nothing but excitement, and this year, fortunately enough, Dyson Heppell's done the same thing, but probably both at different stages of their lives, with Mick being a mature age, but Dyson being a first-year player. But Dyson, he's been fantastic. Played every game this year, won the Rising Star, won the AFL MVP award, or the Players Association award the other night as well, which was fantastic. So look, I mean, he's been brilliant, and he's such a good kid, and comes from Leon Gatha. Anne-Marie and Paul, his parents, are wonderful people, and I'm just so lucky to be a part of the journey that went right back to under 18 days, and when he won his Morris medal, and he just keeps climbing. And look, I mean, hopefully he's a future leader down there at Essendon, and you know, the big thing for him now will be to back up his good year next year.
Let's take a look at some of the VFL players who potentially could get picked up. Obviously, we were saying Shane Valenti obviously win the list, and that's enhanced his chances, do you think, Marty?
Well, it has. Obviously last year he'd won it, and he's gone back to back. Well, it's an incredible feat. I would have thought that you know, not too many players have done it, and if so, it'd be few. I think he's got a lot to offer, and I think he's a mature, strong body, finds a lot of the football, but it's just going to be a question of, you know, what a club's needs basis is. And I think on the back of what Podsy Ardley's been able to do, Mickey Barlow's been able to do, there are players in the VFL that can come into an AFL side and complement the list pretty much straight away, and probably add something to the best 22. So it's going to be an interesting situation. We do have GWS. We see one player, James McDonald, come out of retirement.
It's a bit of a shock. What do you think?
Oh, well, 35 years of age. I know how my body feels now, and I'm almost 30. I don't know how I'd be feeling at 35. But look, I mean, he's a leader, and they're going to need leaders, and you know, he'll go. There's talk of other good leaders around AFL circles, like the Luke Power, Stevie Bakers, those sort of guys as well. And I just think that GWS, where they're at the moment and what they've been able to recruit, it's a testament to them, and I think they're probably ahead of where what probably thought they will be.
So give us some of your predictions on which from the VFL can go on, do you think?
Yeah, oh look, I mean, I think Ahmed Saad from the Bullants, I've watched him closely a couple of times this year with my commitments with the ABC, and I've really liked what I've seen. I like the fact that he's very good on his feet, he's strong in his hips, he's very clean with his disposals, and he can find goals as well. So I like him, and I like his chances of getting on an AFL list. There's talk of Sam Dwyer as well. I was very surprised to see he only got 2 votes in the Liston
that's
medal.
A surprise, isn't it?
Oh, I thought that he had an outstanding season, and I thought that he was probably my favourite. Well, he was my favourite to win the Liston. Then I had Ben Jolly as well from Williamstown, who's had an outstanding year as well. Centreman in the VFL Team of the Year. So I mean, again, another nice, strong, mature body. And Tim Moore from Casey, I think he's had a sensational year down back, and I've just liked him in the games that I've seen, that his ability to play on different types as a defender. He can play on the tall, the small, and also the medium, and he's got a mature body ready to play league footy. So I'd suggest he could slot into a back 6 at AFL level, and potentially as well, he's got a good case study in someone he played with, like Alex Silvani the previous couple of years, that you know, he's proven he can do it as well.
Just 5 quick questions to finish off, Marty.
Yeah, sure.
Do you miss playing with the Werribee Tigers?
No.
That's pretty easy.
It's a long drive, and it was cold and it was wet, but look, I'm happy doing what I'm doing now.
Your biggest claim to fame over the last 3 or 4 years, what is it?
Oh, which one?
That's a good one to start with. So are you in love at the moment, Marty?
No, I wouldn't say love. In love with what?
In love with anything in life? What are you?
I'm
what's your biggest passion?
Managing football clients.
Okay.
I'm absolutely loving it, and like I said, I'm getting a great thrill and a great joy out of you know, Dyson Heppels, Mickey Barlow's, all different stories. You know, even older clients like Brian Lake, Jordan Russell.
Yeah.
No, I really love being an agent.
And you're hanging up the boots local level this year, or are you going to play on? Which is the?
Well, I'm having lunch with Mick McGuan in the coming days.
Exclusive.
So I'll just see how lunch goes. If he buys, I might play on. I don't know.
Beautiful, Marty. Thanks very much for your time, mate, and thanks for tuning in to the F Word for another edition.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Cheers.